गुड मॉर्निंग डियर स्टूडेंट्स. एज यू नो एग्ज़ाम्स आर कमिंग नियर और मार्च की लास्ट वीक अप्रैल फर्स्ट वीक से एग्ज़ाम्स आर कमेंसिंग. सो सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट है कि क्वेश्चन पेपर के बारे में हमारे पास इंफॉर्मेशन होनी चाहिए कि हमें किस पोर्शन को किस तरह से अटैम्प्ट करना है ताकि हमारी स्कोरिंग जो है वो बेटर हो सके. सो टुडे आई एम शेयरिंग विद यू द डिटेल्स ऑफ ENGCE 201 विच इज़ the question paper of compulsory English common for BA and BCom. So now we are starting. टाइम इज़ ऑफ 3 hours, you know well. मैक्सिमम मार्क्स 70. रेस्ट ऑफ द मार्क्स जो हैं वो IA या इंटरनल असेसमेंट से डील करते हैं. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी मस्ट नो हाउ टू अटेम्प्ट अ रीडिंग passage. You are given a passage and you'll have to answer the questions. As you know, in this question paper the passage is from Vivekananda, The Great Journey to the West. Passage is given and now just see, questions are being shared. 5 questions are there. You have to find out the answers. पहले आपने ये देखना है कि WH टाइप क्वेश्चन किस तरह से पूछा गया है. लाइक इफ़ इट इज़ विद हु, हुज, हुम, तो आपने रिप्लाई अकॉर्डिंगली देखना है. और आपने इसे जो है वो you won't answer in the, like if it is in first person narrative you will go for the answer in third person narrative. Suppose instead of this अगर ये पावर ऑफ प्रेयर का होता देन द थिंग्स वुड हैव बीन डिफरेंट. लाइक तो वो फर्स्ट पर्सन नैरेटिव में है लेकिन आंसर जो है आपके दे विल बी इन थर्ड पर्सन नैरेटिव. फाइन. सो 5 क्वेश्चंस आर गिवन. ईच क्वेश्चन कैरीज 1 mark. फाइन. सो you'll have to go through the questions and find out the answers from the paragraph. Firstly you'll go through the paragraph, questions read करके फिर answers को underline करके you'll have to write down the answers. Then after that we have an other passage. Or is there, OR, which means either first one or this one. So it deals with the food production and your food related organizations, they have been discussed in this very passage. So what you'll have to do, you'll have to go through the entire passage. This is what I believe is second last chapter of the book. So you'll have to go through the passage and then what will you do, you will just find out the answers from the paragraph. As there are 5 answers, they carry 1 question mark each. So either that one or this one, 2 passages, they are from your essays. Now we have an other option that part B is there. Even here we have 2 options, either to go for first part or to go for second. So one would be from essay, other one we need to attempt from the side of poetry. Like you won't go for 2 from the essay section, either 1 from essay and 1 from poetry. Fine. So this is Lake Isle of Innisfree. Go through the your stanza and what you'll do, then after that you'll have to find out the answers. Answers won't be like questions won't be like what is the name of the poet or what is the name of the poem. Questions are very simple, but you'll have to understand the concept of what is being discussed by the poet here. So one was the Lake Isle of Innisfree and second one, which is very important, it is from the Psalm of Life and it is one of the most important poem. You'll go through the stanza and you'll have to find out the answers accordingly. Lines are discussed like art is long and time is fleeting. You have to explain it in your own words. Then what does the poet mean by saying that our hearts are beating, funeral marches to the grave? What does he mean by saying that our hearts? You have to explain it also. Then the advice of the poet related to the field of battle. Then future and past, what does he say about? Everything is discussed in the stanza. And then it is with the poet wants us to act in the present only. Why is it so? So it is of 10 marks. Fine. 5 marks for 5 marks for paragraph, 5 for stanza and 5 questions in each section. Now question number 2 is very important, where I have to answer 4 questions in about 100 to 150 words each. 2 from each unit. Like your book has 2 units, one is of essays and other one is of poetry. So definitely you'll have to prepare accordingly. I'm telling you one thing, that the chapter related to Vivekananda, The Great Journey to the West, as well as the Power of Prayer, both are equally important, very important, we must say. So the reading comprehension we have already done. It is from the same chapter, Vivekananda, The Great Journey to the West. And here it is a question which is related to the speech at the Parliament of Religions. And next one, it deals with, again, second last chapter is there, and remedies suggested by Amartya Sen. It is more than 100 million women are missing. So your second last chapter, it deals with the opening of banks in Bangladesh towards creating a party free world. So next section is of poetry. 2 you have to do from where? From essay side. 2 questions you will attempt from poetry. Now here you see poem If is there, which is one of the most important poems, and the central theme of animals and perception of death. It is from When I Am Dead, My Dearest. So I'll have to attempt 2 from this section, 2 from the section dealing with essays. It is clear now. So our third question, where we have to go through 2 questions in about 300 words each, 1 from each unit. It is very important. 1 from each unit means you won't go for both the question from essay or both the questions from poetry. No, 1 from essay and other 1 from poetry. So again here I have told you earlier, the power of prayer is very important. So here is the question of power of prayer. And on ignorance of the learned, 2 questions are given. You'll have to go through 1 only. Then discuss the theme of the olive tree or refugee mother and child. Then you have to write down the theme of the poem accordingly. So each question carries 10 marks. Fine. But be very particular where we are discussing about 2 units, 1 from essay and other 1 from poetry. As far as grammar is concerned, just see, we have 4 parts are there. Do as directed. First deals with one word substitute. Very simple. Just go through it. Have to attempt 5 of the following. And then next one is, as you know, we have to form sentences with words which we have to use as noun and verb. Both ways. In front of noun you will write N. In front of verb you will write V for van. So noun and verb formation is very important. Each part carries 1 mark. Like if you are forming a sentence with a particular word and you have formed it with noun only, you will get half mark. If you will form it with verb also, you will get 1 mark. So definitely go through this very question and attempt it properly. Then next question deals with the transform the degree of any 5 of the following sentences. Definitely it would also be of 5 marks. Here you must know the difference between noun and noun, verb, adjective. Words, how do we change verb and how do we change adjective. So comparative degree is there, positive degree is, superlative is there, and entire questions entire part it deals with adjectives, and you'll have to go through the same. You'll have to attempt 5 parts. Then last but not least, any 5 of the following words in sets of sentences. Like back has 2 meanings, dear has 2 meanings, then fall has 2 meanings, and in different ways how can we use the sentences. So it must be clear to us. So it was all about your content which was related to your question paper. So thank you everyone.